So what type of player is he?
He is extremely versatile. He can do just about anything on the basketball court. The one thing that really stood out to me early on was his vision and his feel. He just has an incredible ability to see the floor, to get all of his teammates involved, and then kind of score and do what he needs to when it's necessary. So those are the things that I see. But you've seen that the clips and the explosiveness and the all-around game, the ability to, knock down the three, the ability to get to the basket, and then the ability to block shots and defend. So pretty special talent.
I kind of look at the ability to block shots and defend as separate NBA criteria. And he does seem to have a pretty good instinct for shot blocking. And yet, when it comes to getting in a low defensive stance, moving his feet and staying in front of somebody, I would characterize that as still needing work, certainly at the NBA level. Would you?
You know what? Yeah, I would say that, that's one of those things that can easily be developed. I probably haven't seen enough of him to make that assessment. But certainly, the all-around athleticism, the ability to move laterally lends itself to being able to defend certainly adequately, I think, hopefully at that level.
So this family, this is I love good stories about families that come from other places, and his family is steeped in Lithuanian history. What was it like getting to know them and having the boys grow up in Hinsdale?
Just phenomenal. I can't say enough about how great their family is. Humble, friendly, kind, just as great a family as you can imagine. Even, when they were gone, when the boys were away playing at Sunrise, they were at games. They were always very positive and very complimentary of our program. They're the kind of family that we host a Christmas tournament. They're helping work. Just really, really great family. And it's been really cool to see the boys develop athletically and then obviously their basketball skills as well.
So, Nick, who are the doubters to which he was referring last night? I'm just curious. He's a nice kid from a supportive family, and he's got all this history. I didn't know that people were lined up, that he has to prove them all wrong.
I don't know, to be honest with you. As Michael Jordan did, whatever you need to do to kind of inspire yourself or to motivate yourself. But I don't have any idea who we might be referring to. It might just be a general, hey, this is my motivation and I'm going to use it to fire my development.
When it comes to what your role is as a prep coach, do you think that your life is made easier or harder when you get to be like, hey, yeah, I've got NBA talent and I've got guys that have gone to the league? Like how do you think that now affects you?
Oh gosh. I don't think it changes much. I think that, the way we go about, coaching the kids and preparing them, we just try to make it a very positive experience, try to, develop them as individuals, which is the most important aspect of being a prep coach, is trying to develop young men that are going to be, great dads and husbands and members of society. So I don't think it changes a whole lot for me or our program.
Well, I mean, just the way that things have gone over the last few years where we're seeing players have a lot more agency. I was just wondering, like, from a coaching perspective, is it because there might be people who look like, well, hey, look at what happened with Matas, and look, his brother is a prospect as well. How do you balance the trying to help an individual get to the next level versus like the team concept of what you're trying to do at Central?
Again, I think that coming from Hinsdale Central in particular, our kids are really driven athletically and academically, that it really makes it easy for us to provide, the best possible situation and work really hard for those kids and watch their talents blossom. I know it's the game has kind of changed, but I really think that, just doing the very best that we can in terms of preparation and, allowing kids to develop their own kind of path. Each kid's a little bit different. So, I don't think it changes much for us.
I always find it interesting to see how the literal time that kids grow in high school may change their idea of their future possibilities, while also changing that of a coach, where if you have somebody who's tall and long and close to the basket, you're going to want to put that guy close to the basket sometimes, where that guy might say, hey, I'm a guard. I might now be 6'10", but I'm a guard. And it's hard for a coach to be like, yeah, you're a guard at the next level, but I need you here. You can get every rebound if you want. How do you start to balance that out of coaching for developmental purposes against coaching to try to win the next possession?
Yeah, that's interesting you mentioned that. And I've always felt that we want to develop complete players, and we want to allow kids to develop their overall game, both inside and outside, with those kids that come in and are already tall. Because the game has changed in that way, I think it's been really beneficial for us. And kids want to play on the outside. Kids want to, stroke the three and be Steph Curry. And then the ability to go inside and dominate is another blessing. And again, we've allowed kids in our program, and I think you see it throughout Illinois at the high school level, that kids are developing their games all around, being able to face the basket, being able to put the ball on the floor, being able to be a playmaker. So, I think any time that we can develop a kid to have full skills, both inside and outside, we're not only benefiting our program, we're benefiting the kid. And the analytics show that, shooting kick out threes is a much more effective way of playing offense. So, trying to pigeonhole a kid to stay in the paint is not the best way to play in 2024.